Slides. Good evening, everybody. This is the April 27th meeting, 26th meeting of the City of Portland Zoning Hearing Board, and calling the meeting to order. I need to spend so long. Do I need to ask for a second? I just called the order. Yeah, I think I just called for it. Okay, I'm sorry. It's been a while since we've done that stuff. Calling the meeting to order at precisely 5:34. First agenda item tonight is a area variance request, 107, 111 Main Street, Sagamon. Hope we pronounced that right. Operator of Nanu's Hot Chicken. Am I pronouncing that right, sir?
Nanu's Hot Chicken.
Nanu's, okay.
Yeah.
Seeks an area variance for a 2x10 foot sign on the building wall facing Main Street exceeding the square footage permit in the Central Business District. The sign was approved by the Historic Commission and is subject to minor improvement plan review and approved. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Is there anything else you'd like to, other than what's been presented to us? We just had, anything else to present on this?
Sure. There's nothing else that I'd like to present, just that the sign, the wording is very, we have a very large name.
Mhm.
That's the reason why we had requested a variance,
Mhm.
because it would be hard to fit the sign with all the wording we have.
Right, and it's all gonna be contained on the window pane.
Correct.
So
It's
it's
above
not,
the,
it's not,
It's not window pane, it's above.
It's above.
it's above.
yes,
Okay.
but it fits the window, it fits within the window.
Ah, right, yeah. Was that facade there, that extra?
No, they fixed it up.
They had
redid
that
the bill.
when they redid.
The Keter bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's how that will be. And this has gone through the historic commission already, so. They've looked at it and approved any color variations, and they told you anything that you need to do to comply with their specific
Yes.
requirements. And you
Yes,
got that.
we presented it to them and we got their.
Their approval, was there conditions put on it or anything like that?
Certain materials were only allowed, certain lighting was only allowed, certain size were only allowed, so we
Okay.
followed those guidelines.
Yeah, and then times of the day and things like that, times of the night, and everything like that, good. And then, the window signs, though, I'm assuming they'll change, the ones that are in the windows, like if you have a special, or things like that, it's pretty common.
We will only be using paper to attach some posters once in a while.
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
don't anticipate
Yeah,
any
special events or something like that, good, okay. Anybody have any more questions for Mr. Emmett? Anybody else in the audience to talk about this? And I think, thank you for, coming on up, and we're gonna go ahead and I'll take a motion to close the public hearing. Motion's been made to close the public hearing, look for a second.
Second.
Second's been made, all in favor? I was saying aye.
Alright, which stores you got?
Just one,
Just this one?
just this one. My partner has two stores, one in Binghamton and one here.
Okay.
I'm,
So the signage is consistent with your other stores?
no, this signage is different. The font used is approved by the Historic Commission and the colors are different as well.
Because of the historic commission.
Yes,
Mhm.
we use a different
Yeah,
font, different logo, different font and different colors.
This is not influencing my decision, but the food's better.
Thank you.
Good deal, okay.
You get lucky on Friday night, get some free stuff?
It was good.
Must have been waiting there in line.
That's a way too, I missed that. Well, no. Anyway, we're gonna go through our questions,
You're all set.
Test, you can sit down, sir. The following test will be considered by the zoning board's appeal to determine whether the variance in weighing the granting or denial of the area variance request. Number one, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance. I don't.
No, I don't think so. It was empty.
Empty and had another business prior to that a long time ago,
Yeah.
and other businesses are there, well, variety of advertising signs, across the street, on the street, so I'm gonna say no on that. Number two, whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. Now, this is how procedure and by going to the historical commission, that's the protocol. for coming to us. Whether the requested area variance is substantial, I'm not thinking that that's
No.
particularly, but again, compared to what we see down there in, and with his, and he's, all this, every sign, whether you're cutting hair or tattoos or chicken, you're gonna have to go to this historical commission before you, receive approval on that, I have to believe. So I think that I'm gonna go no on that one. Whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district, again, I think no on that. And whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting the area variance. I think, yes, it's so. A lot of choices there, so I'm gonna go, Andy, we're gonna go with, 4 no's and a yes. On that. And, anybody have any other questions before we call for the motion?
I think in this case, you should put a condition on your motion that this, I mean, because an area variance typically travels
Yes.
with it.
Yes.
This one should not, because it's a sign specific to their business.
Mhm.
So you should put a stipulation in there that this area variance only
Extends the
covers.
ownership of,
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
and, yeah, and, I think we'll do that, that'll be a condition of that. Okay. I'll make that motion, I will move to approve area variance on, let me find that. There it is. On 107, 111 Main Street. Area variance, for a 2 by 10 foot sign. With the condition that the signage, the approval of the area variance extends solely to the ownership, current ownership, and to the applicant. Look for a second on that motion. Second's been made, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, good deal. You're passed, and you can get your.
Who seconded that, please?
I did.
And, I made the motion. Number 2 on the agenda, 143 Fort Watson, Kim Dell seeks a zoning interpretation on whether in-home state registered child care program is considered a home occupation
You might have some for yourself.
allowable with a special use permit or a daycare center allowable use variance if the ZBA interprets the daycare center provisions to apply to the intended use. The ZBA will consider a use variance application. Otherwise, the planning commission will consider a special use permit application. You're all set. All right. Was wonderful. Yeah. Thank you, you're.
I'm James Mello, my wife and I
Yep.
own the property and.
Oh, there you are. Oh,
That's it, very well.
Anything you need to, I mean, you're currently operating the,
Yeah, it's an in-home family group daycare.
okay,
We were unaware that we needed the variance, that I came down to redo something on my porch. That
uh-huh,
mentioned that we run a daycare and
okay.
he told us, well, we need a variance for that. So, oh, we didn't.
So I need your guys' opinion on whether we're gonna call this a home occupation, which is allowed in a GB2. Or whether you're gonna call it a daycare, which is not allowed in GB2. So
Okay.
that's why it's an interpretation. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys.
Well, can I ask you a question? On, I believe it's East Ave, which is behind Pudgy's. Runs, I think it is, it's, you got the
East
turn.
Main, you mean?
East,
Yeah.
well, no, east, when you turn North Main, right after Pudgy's, and you're headed up towards the hospital. It's that pull off street, it's the shortcut that takes you over by the railroad tracks.
That's,
You have to turn right there at Pudgy's Pizza as you're going up North Main Street.
And it goes this way?
Yeah, and
The
it
road.
goes like this and it heads up towards the hospital thing,
That-
North Main.
That's north.
There's a turnoff right there, a street that will eventually take you around over to
Grant,
Grant Street,
that's West Main.
West Main, thank you. There's what used to be, I don't know if they still exist. Two homes there that were part of Good Hope. And they were in the home. Good Hope, and those were like homes that had pins persons of need of assistance placements.
So I don't know anything about that, but I.
But what was that?
I mean, if,
What was that district rated at? Do you know that, what that is, that an R1, R2 there?
probably R2, R4, or R3, it's definitely an R1.
This is like daycare where people drop their kids off for the day, right? Not group home setting.
Yes,
But it's a daycare, it's just, they call it a group home because there's more than one, there's me and my wife, so we can have more than 8 kids.
But his license is under the Office of Family and shit, yeah,
This is
so,
calls it a group family daycare license,
Yeah.
which there's a bunch of categories.
so he does have a license under
Yeah, but
OCF.
they drop the kids off, we watch them while they go to work and then they come pick them up.
Yeah.
Our definition of daycare specifically reads licensed daycares.
Yeah.
So it's not a daycare.
It's not, this is not considered a daycare.
I was asked that question too. He's licensed
We are licensed.
and has an agency that oversees that.
OCF, OFC.
Oh, OCF.
Yes.
OCF.
Yeah, yeah, cause
My wife's better with the stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any employees other than you and your wife?
It's just me and my wife. My mom comes over and helps out every so often.
do you get placements from the Department of Social Services?
No, we don't have any.
So you're not a foster care based
Correct.
home, okay.
What do you mean?
That was my concern.
Who's licensed?
Our definition of daycare says the caring for 3 or more children or adults away from their homes, except those which are licensed pursuant to section 390 of the social services law. And they are licensed pursuant to section
Yeah.
390.
Yeah,
He's accepted from, to be considered as a.
So it's not a daycare under our law. Because it's only he and his wife, because our home occupation says a single profession or hobby carried on within a dwelling by a member of the household residing in the dwelling unit. So since it's he and his wife, they are residing in the dwelling unit, I'd be comfortable calling it a
Well,
home
that
occupation.
should be a condition then, maybe that we.
no employees.
No employees. As soon as they have an employee, it's not a home occupation.
Well, and I also think he'd have to get approval anyways through the Office of OCFS.
They already have that.
Yeah, no, for an employee.
It was to
Yeah, they would have to do the training and stuff that we.
Right, on their training.
We don't intend on.
Right.
training people.
Okay.
Good.
So that would be, should we establish a condition? So I think I'm okay with like saying it is a home occupation and remain a special use. Granted that they don't change their current status of what OSTPS has it, and if it does change to, a full blown daycare, you have to, I don't know, just review the special use.
Yeah.
Use variance, yeah.
so they do not need, if you're gonna call it a
Home occupation.
home occupation, they do not need a use variance. He has to come back next week and get a special use permit for the planning commission.
Okay, yeah, I think that's, we don't need to issue anything, we don't need to official that, we just say that that's what.
Your interpretation is that it's,
Yeah,
home occupation?
Unless it changes, like we said, if you employ somebody or make a change in the capacity of the business, then that would be change it for what you've described, and, basically what Randall has mentioned is, it's.
Not saying you can't do it, but you would just need to come back and get a special use permit or a use variance at that point, sorry.
All right, so come in tomorrow and talk to you about filling this stuff out.
It's all set. You just gotta come back next week.
Just come back next week.
You're already on the agenda for next week.
All right.
Yep.
See.
Come back next week, special use permit, same time.
5:15.
See.
Very
Very good. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
So you should make a motion and make the interpretation that it is a home occupation.
Okay, good, thank you. I'm gonna move, that we consider agenda item number 2, 143 Port Watson Street. That the business is a home occupation. And classified as such for purposes of our interpretation of of what his next steps are.
His next steps are,
Are
next
to
week you can get a special use permit,
come in and apply for a special use permit.
which you already did. It's already on the calendar.
Yeah, there's 2 things I put up.
Yep,
So we'll see you probably next month,
next week.
next week there.
Okay, next Monday.
Oh, it's planning commission, yeah, planning commission, right. Good deal, all right.
All set.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yep.
Thank you.
Did we move that.
Give Tom's motion.
I motion
by
by
Ray.
second, and all in favor, signify by saying that. Carries.
Who's the second?
Great.
Right.
All right, agenda item number 3, 134 Groton Ave. John Barden seeks the area variances plural for pre-existing nonconformities and a floodplain development permit for the purpose of reinstalling a front porch.
I made an error in the originally distributed agenda instead of Eric Barden, but both of these are John. Barden.
Okay, good, yeah, okay. Done before, how do you doing?
Eric was Barton Homes.
That was, yeah. Good deal. Anything else we can know about this one? or-
So the floodplain developments for the planning commission up for you guys. We do have, I know they've done it before, but he's gotta go to planning too, so. This is something that, I mean, he's had just a couple illegal set of front stairs for a couple of years. We're cracking down on some property maintenance things. He did get a violation notice. He's just applying to put a front porch back on that building. So it looks more cohesive with the neighborhood.
Okay.
It isn't a floodplain. Gotta get a floodplain development permit.
There's a lot on there.
And, but that's on there because, so basically, it's just pre-existing nonconformities.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the things we do.
There's a real list of them there, so, 25, we're probably not in front of this. You want to get this, what's gonna be.
It's not, so also it's not gonna come out. So he's not gonna put it, he isn't gonna put, porch and then bring the stairs out further towards the sidewalk.
You can go in.
The stairs are gonna come out towards the driveway, right?
Looking for that jury boxes
Yeah,
and pretend the walls in front of the house.
yeah,
Stairs would come up where those chairs are, into the porch.
into the porch. So, yeah, keep that.
Yeah, so we don't-
Stairs will then recede.
Yeah. They'll all be hidden, yeah.
And,
So is there a plan in there about the size of the porch?
Yes, still in there. There's elevation drawings. Somewhere.
He's currently at 18, right?
Don't know where.
He's currently at 18 feet.
There is no front porch in the building. Yeah, it's at 18 feet from the area.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already pre-existing non-conforming. So we've had a bunch of complaints from the people in the neighborhood and stuff. He's gotta put a porch on that to make it look more like the rest of the.
just a.
You wanna make it look more like the rest of the houses in there. Has to go to planning commission too, for site plan and everything else.
Yeah, because of the floodplain.
Yep.
Is the same, and not just thinking ahead of the next agenda item, is the same consideration that the planning commission would use for a porch for this addition?
In the back? Yeah, same thing.
Okay, same exact,
No, except you don't gotta worry about, so you don't gotta worry about front yard setback.
okay, yeah, so that's the only difference.
So again, it's mostly all pre-existing
Yep.
non-conformities that you're dealing with, because you're
Alright.
adding, right?
Yeah.
It had it on it originally, we took it off. And now we just,
Yeah,
because we came before, but the stairs came towards the road.
right, that was not conforming, and now you're gonna.
Yeah, when Scott was on the board, one of the boards, he said you should put the stairs up the way I told you.
Yeah,
So that's the way we designed it this time.
yeah.
Just, I guess a couple years went by and it didn't get done.
Alright. What do you guys think?
So I think just to note it is the setback gonna be 10 foot. While the deck gets built.
Well, I don't know, it's the same as 136. Like 136 has a porch on it. And so,
So the survey map in there should show you with the porch, the survey map there.
Probably, yeah, I saw it, there's some both still here. We'll put it from.
So 18, so the deck is gonna be 8 foot,
Yeah, 8 feet.
so 10 foot is the 8 foot.
When was that survey done?
There's no distance off the,
What's the date on?
oh,
87,
so
so that does have the porch.
that doesn't.
Yeah.
So it will be 18, but
Yeah, or shorter, but it'll be 18 foot closer to you.
yeah, okay, gotcha now. So the current setback is more than that.
That porch is taken off. 2012, 2013.
Yeah, so they're asking just for that sign.
I don't know. Not that long.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
it was during my time on the legislature when.
yeah, what was it?
Yeah.
Time flies, man.
Yep. So,
So therefore, that picture, that map, that survey map at 18 feet was with the porch packed.
So it'll be, yeah, so it's just kind of a 7 foot. That's really they're asking for. Anything else on any of the other non-conformities, or just a question, or was something?
I think the driveway's gotta get fixed.
Okay.
Once this is all done, the driveway's kind of piecemeal.
So we'll resurfacing the driveway.
Yeah,
Once it's tore down, it's down. Doesn't count.
because he had a garage back there that got tore down, right?
I think I would change the wording from pre-existing though, as the deck is no longer there and not both, but it's just gonna be, that one will be a. Area variance that's not pre-existing.
Okay. Was it used to,
Yeah.
used the front yard? Alright,
Of reinstalling, you're saying? No, it's not reinstalling, it's just. Yeah, you're saying eliminate that for the purpose of install. Yes, okay, yes. So.
but it needs a front porch because it doesn't, it's not cohesive with the rest of the houses in the neighborhood.
All right, any other questions for, Mr. Barton? Any of the non-conformities or anything? Yeah. One thing I'd say that one more time. This plan. Yeah, it's the last page.
the driveway. Right, to the left side. Do you share that with the house next door?
No, and I own the house next door, it's two separate driveways.
136 is.
Right. So your plans in the back are still to have the vegetative state all the way to the end, separating the two properties, so you won't
There's
have
a little,
one giant parking lot behind both houses?
it's been kind of like gravelly for a long time.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, I mean,
You understand what I'm getting at?
It needs an easement, and that's something planning commission will be asking for.
Okay.
yeah,
Just in case one gets sold and one doesn't, you need an easement there because you've got a shared driveway there, even though you don't have a shared driveway. You can use both driveways.
Yeah, if you end up wanting to sell one of the houses one day,
yeah,
then what do you do? So,
well,
that's my point.
yeah, there's a line.
Yeah,
But it's gotta be a 4
Your
foot
property
vegetative
is-
strip.
Oh, I see.
you're a property owner, you know how that works.
Can you combine the two properties, Roy?
Yeah, yes.
You can absolutely
You do
consolidate,
need-
but I wouldn't,
But if you do, then when you.
you need a use variance to do that, because you're not allowed to have two, what is it, two multiples? There's one's a multiple, one's a 2 unit, right?
No, they're the same.
They're both 2
They're
units,
identical.
so they're both 2 units, you can't do it, you have to use variance to do it, because you can't have two singles or two families on the same lot, it's prohibited in the city.
How did Jim Reyners do it with the corner of Woodruff and Drive?
That law did not exist until he did that,
Oh. Okay,
now it exists,
I didn't know. Good question though, right?
it's a good question. I gave you I gave you the straight answer, why?
Yeah.
That's how. All right, anybody else have any questions for Mr. Barton? We're going to, as I understand, if you have nothing else for us, you can sit down. Does anybody else, have any questions? Anybody in the audience here? So,
Or he can wait, he's got the next one too.
yeah, he's got the next one. That's right. Stay right there. Any, concerns about the pre-existing, like for instance, the resurfacing the driveway, should that be a condition?
Yes,
Yes, so we should condition that be done, timeframe too,
and a minimum of
18 months.
4 parking spots,
Yeah,
consistent with the design standards of, 384C. 384C.
You repeat that reference, man.
384C.
It's already got this spot.
if you resurface, it's gotta be the same dimensional, same capacity.
Oh, okay.
So for instance, to be compatible with that section, you can't stack, you gotta have at least minimum, 4 parking spaces.
That's why I'm saying.
So that you don't gotta back someone out, like, pull it in, and they gotta be lined, they gotta be certain distance.
With that, so.
Okay, anybody else have any questions on
Yeah, it is 84, and it's 300-84.
-84?
B.
Perfect.
Yeah, I get it, thank you.
Nothing from anybody, you ready to prepare a motion for this?
And it's just the one thing is not pre-existing, because he's gonna impinge on the front yard a little more, so.
Okay,
The front yard setback 25 feet, and that's new, it's not pre-existing.
yeah, anybody want to take a stab at the motion? Otherwise I can go forward here and, we'll move to, grant an area variance for pre-existing nonconformities. With a condition on one of those pre-existing nonconformities, that a resurfacing of the driveway.
So no, so all the pre-existing non-conformities except front yard setback, which is not pre-existing in the eyes of the zoning board.
Okay. So seeking variance for all pre-existing nonconformities with the exception of the front porch. And of installing the front porch. Conditioned on a commitment to resurface the driveway. Providing appropriate parking according to our city Portland zone codes.
And you'll do that within a year and a half, like you do everything else, right?
18 months. We'll give you 18 months.
Yeah, I'm just confused what the ask for the porch has to do with the driveway.
Because you have to bring stuff into conformity where you can, and they're consistently
Yeah,
doing it with
we're doing
every
that with
If
project.
you're saying to ask for anything, you have to,
yeah, when you come in to ask for a new nonconformity and which we're granting. We have to address all the previous.
okay, I didn't know.
Ones that were there even before you acquired the property. So
Okay, I got you.
That's how.
That you can, and one of the big fixes are, because we have gravel driveways, this particular driveway, some of it's paved, some of it's not, some of it, so you gotta bring it up to code in a year and a half.
But you don't, but there's thousands of gravel driveways in the city.
Understand it,
If
but
they come before us with something in a similar situation with what you're doing, and they want an approval for, variance,
For anything,
then we would condition them on that.
and we have had that.
Oh, so you're saying I have to pave this whole entire parking lot because I'm asking for a porch?
in a year and a half. And then if you can't do it in a year and a half, you come back and you ask for an extension. It's not a huge ask. We've done it with single family homeowners too.
Yeah.
It's just-
Yeah, but what if people can't afford a 20, not me, but I mean, what if people can't afford a 20?
That's the reason why we give them time.
Yeah, but what if they can't do it? A lot of people are delinquent in taxes.
Yeah.
It's just a question. That seems kind of like, that's a hard one for. I
Are
know,
we saying we don't have to pave it? We would say.
It's gotta be paid, it's gotta be impervious.
Surface,
It
okay.
has to be paid.
Not even an impervious surface or anything like that. It's gotta be impervious.
that's interesting to me. Seems like you want pervious so that it could drain, otherwise it's run
Out
off.
there, yeah.
Code says impervious.
Yeah.
And that's consistent with the way we've been dealing with everyone that comes from this board.
Yeah, no, just questions, you know? Just questions.
That's how you get things fixed.
Yeah,
You
sure.
don't, you don't,
It's good
you
level.
allow things to continue the way things are. It's the definition of insanity, right?
It's very leveraged.
And this is, we've been doing this
Yeah,
really
For
dedicated.
some reason, it can't get done in a year and a half. You just give a reason why it can't get done, and we've had people.
yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm just like,
Yep.
like my neighbors at 130, they don't need, they get like social security. If they wanted to put a porch on, there's no way they've got a stone driveway since 1905.
Yeah,
They wouldn't be able to do it. Right?
Same, you know, there's a lot.
I've had people chose not to make any changes because this is gonna be a stipulation.
Yeah, I understand.
I did for 5 years before I put the addition on my home. Because to put the addition on my home, I had to put a new driveway in, but couldn't afford it at the time, so I waited.
But then
But I still did it.
then the property values go down because they won't fix up their houses.
Oh,
I don't know, just to me, I'm just thinking in my head in the morning, that's all.
Any other questions for Mr. Bard? To close the public, have I closed the public hearing? Yes. We did that. You know, move to close the public hearing, sorry, look for a second. Second. And then, the motion that I'm proposing again is, I'm, moving to, grant the area variance for pre-existing nonconformities. And as was mentioned, the, resurfacing of the driveway and parking spots, will be a condition of approval. Addressing pre-existing, those pre-existing nonconformities and, approve the installing of the front porch. As was described in the application. And
and the easement.
an easement and a granting of an easement, to the neighboring property.
With 36.
Owned by Mr. Barden.
So you're gonna give yourself an easement. But it has to be on
On the sketch.
on,
I gotta do some work on a deed, you mean?
the schedule it.
We can go through that,
Not with me, you gotta do it with your attorney.
but you'll let me know.
Yeah, I'll tell you what to do, yeah.
Okay.
So, the conditions on improving the area variances for the pre-existing non-conformities, which do not include the front yard setback. Conditions there, that the driveway be resurfaced, be made impervious pursuant to code within 18 months. That parking spaces be consistent with section 384C. And then with regard to the front porch, we restate that one.
We're granting the area variances for the pre-existing non-conformities, which you mentioned,
So
and
that's not approved.
and granting an area variance for installing a front porch according to the sketch plan.
And that's gonna be, is it 8, can I just say that's gonna be 8 foot off the line?
Eight, do we need to state that or just,
Yeah, cause that's
Yeah.
a specific variance, you need to
Big
say.
variance, side yard, 18 feet.
18 feet. So that front porch cannot exceed 18 feet
18 feet.
from the side of it.
Well,
that'd be 17.
That's the
So
sketch.
the porch is 18 feet?
That's what was,
Well, the size of the porch is 8 feet. How far off the
10, yeah, so that's 10 feet.
The survey shows the
Survey
exhibit.
showed 18, but it had a porch on it before.
Yeah, so it's the existing one that you're seeing, so it's not, it'll be back to the
18
original, yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be back to the originals. So that's why I said pre-existing, but if you got, he's putting on new porch, so if you wanna just give it, you know,
Just
normal
install-
variance.
Yeah.
For, and allow an 18-foot front yard setback.
Okay.
So the porch is not to cut within that 18 feet.
So I'm gonna put this in the form of two motions. A being as a pre-existing non-conformity to the driveway and the parking conditions, and then a second motion granting an area variance to enable reinstallation of the front porch
I mean. Restate those or?
So with the second part about granting the variance for reinstalling the front porch. With the condition that the porch is not. So. So that it would. The variance would allow. An 18-foot front yard setback to the porch. Is
No,
that,
From the sidewalk.
no, there's only 18 feet from the sidewalk to the house. You take out 8 feet for a porch, you got
So
7.
you added on to the front of that house?
No,
According to that survey map, it says 18 feet with the porch on it.
can I see it?
Isn't it the front left side of your home on Pierce?
Yeah, this was 10. It says 12, I thought, this is.
Yeah.
This is the front.
So the stairwell is not, wait, hold on, there is stairs that's on faulty. Right, the stairwell is not on the survey map.
This is
He put in an enclosed stairwell, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when you were putting it in.
Yeah. Okay, well, so 10 feet. Well, because that's.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, it's fine now. So that's.
Where are we here? This is 136?
So that's fine from the front of the house, that's not showing the porch, so that porch is another.
Right, so the same instead of 18, it was 20, and they look to be the same.
Yeah, because I remember when the addition was being built on the front.
I could be wrong, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say that, wow.
I would like to, before I. Right, before I vote, I would like to be able to have it checked out again. I want to make sure.
All we can tell
That's
is,
the addition, so.
where's, well, hang on a second, where's the one from the?
This is 88 feet. I understand what that says. Yeah, so you went around when he built it, I hear the front of the house, he was enclosed. Was actually at the ears, not the whole stairwell, you go.
Right there.
Understood, okay.
That's not your design, that's the one usually the designs over here. Left two pages.
This is,
So that was, so that's 8 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to have it checked out one more time.
It's not showing this is the sidewalk.
So his last thought that was indicated here by, where it's like walk 15 foot. That was my foot too, it was.
no, I just wanna make sure you don't tell me like that, and that's like, what we can't do it.
It's currently 8 feet.
For some reason, I thought that was.
Well, it's currently 18 feet.
To the house,
Yes.
yeah, so you would reduce it down to 10. Which is pretty much what 136 is right now. Pretty close. But there's no stairs coming out. Yeah.
That's right here.
So by the time you bring stairs off,
Fine.
so like, other houses, they confirm sheet like another 4 feet.
Yeah, that's the.
Mostly just.
Yeah, you're right.
Concern,
Because it's not.
continuity.
With the form of the church, 18 feet.
It was a past.
Now, so it'll move within 10.
So it'll move it in 10, okay.
Created non-conformity.
So now it is 18 feet currently now. So once he gets the deck on it, it'll be 10. Okay.
You're still a minimum 4 foot off the sidewalk for
Yeah.
for line of sight, so. But it still doesn't meet the 25 feet.
Not many houses meet that.
No,
That's the pre-existing, though, we're trying to, you can.
yeah, so it's gonna be, so you gotta, he can't, so it's 18 feet now, he's at 8 feet, so I guess you redo it to say. It cannot exceed 10 feet, that's seven.
Okay, and that would be, like Andy was describing, pre-existing is one part of the motion.
Yeah.
And B is enable the installation, not.
Exceeding.
Exceed 10 feet.
Yes,
Okay,
and not to exceed a 10-foot setback.
not to exceed, not to encroach upon it.
Yeah, not to encroach on a 10-foot setback.
so the porch may not encroach more than 10 feet.
What's tonight?
From
This is for
the.
no, this one.
From.
That's an actual, it was absolutely this.
Yes.
And the reference to the condition of granting of an easement with 136. Does that go with one or two or both?
Actually, you're gonna, when you do 136, it's gonna be the same thing. You have to have a shared driveway. So 136 not the same thing.
But it's 134 that grants the easement to 136. Is that interesting? Yeah,
But it's gonna be this, to get rid of that 4-foot vegetative strip, to share that driveway, they're both gonna have to have.
grant easements to,
Yeah,
The shared driveway agreement between the two properties.
yeah, that's all it is, and it's,
Yeah.
you know, answer the easement.
So that, but that condition applies to both,
Yeah, it'll be.
not just 136 and 130. Or not, it applies not only to 134, but it also applies to 136.
When we get onto that agenda.
And it is a condition of both.
Yeah.
The pre-existing approval of the pre-existing non-conformity variances and the
Yeah, that
variance for the
straddles
travel.
both.
All right,
Yep.
yeah.
And we'll do the same when we, we'll propose the same when we address 136. You want to restate, anybody want Andy to re-summarize what it is? I think we pretty much hagged it out. So that motion is proposed. I'll look for a second.
I'll second.
Second has been made. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion granted. All right, now we're staying on agenda item number 4, 136 Groton Avenue. Neighboring property, Mr. Barden seeks a variances for again pre-existing non-conformities. Floodplain development permit for the purpose of an addition to the dwelling. And this is a structure that you're gonna add on to the back of it.
Yeah, so to answer your question, don't let me go too far, because I can talk and talk as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Correct. You do that, yes.
Yeah, that's correct.
This way, springtime comes around, we gotta start working, good. Okay, so, the same situation will apply, and, we have a different set of pre-existing, non-conformities with 136. Those are those.
So the front of 134 and the front of 136 will be identical, because the builder of those original houses was the same builder, they're identical.
Identical houses.
Yeah, so they'll be identical, porches, everything.
So does 136 have a porch on it?
It does, but it's dilapidated and we'll rebuild it to match.
Similar to, or exactly, yeah,
Yeah, we'll make those two match.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
does anything need to be, that is the existing porch non-conforming, or,
so this is just for the addition.
yeah, okay,
I've not seen a building permit or anything else for the rest of that, no, we're just
all right.
talking about the addition.
Right, okay, so that's your understanding about that, if you.
Yeah.
You get to the point of doing what you're proposing on 134 to 136. You'll have to get back to Roy. on
yeah,
that.
we're just giving you the background.
Yeah, gotcha, all right. Yeah. Ready? Anything else jump out at you guys as far as the non-conformities there? Is there nothing? We're gonna talk about, extending the need for the shared driveway agreement
And the
condition.
garage is gonna have to come down eventually to make enough parking for 4 spaces.
Okay, demo,
The planning board's gonna do that too. so
Yeah.
that's-
okay,
Yeah,
all right, so then that's it's not in our plan, so we don't need to address that.
The planning board's gonna tell them it has to come down to make enough room.
Yep, gotcha. All right,
Pre-existing.
Cause that property does not, for legal 4 parking spots, that property definitely doesn't have enough room. for
doesn't
legal.
have enough room for it, all right? Good deal. Okay, anybody want to,
And he's agreed to do that.
questions or anything more from Mr. Barton? I'm gonna move to close the public hearing, look for a second.
Second.
Second's been made. All in favor, signify by aye. Public hearing is closed.
Let me, before we proceed into the find fact. Leave it, did not.
The 134. Yeah, okay, then I'm gonna,
Would you like to go through 134 and just record those in the minutes
yes,
for 130, so we're backing up.
backing up to 134. We're gonna go through our questions required by the state, I believe, and, on the, 134. The following test will be considered by the zoning board of appeals to determine whether a variance weighing the granting or denial of the area variance request. Whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby property will be created by the granting of the area variance. So, this is, renovation, part of the renovation, I think, of the house, and I think a lot of the houses there are similarly, treated, so I'm gonna say no on that. Whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than the area variance. Again, there's a lot of, non-conformities, pre-existing non-conformities, and then the modification also, requires area variance. So no on that, Andy. Whether the requested area variance is substantial, I'm of the belief that it kind of is. Like, but I can write this with, because if we're talking about, pretty substantial changes,
You just put it back.
facade, front
It's just the
facade.
back of my head.
Yeah, I just think he's putting back what he had.
Okay, putting back we had, so it's,
Yeah.
both now on that. You think about that, Jake? Say,
I think that's fine.
Number 4, that's no on that also, and then within number 4, whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical environmental conditions. The neighborhood district, I don't believe that's,
It's gonna match the character.
it's matching character and, he still has a site plan review for the floodplain. In that area, which we always have a concern about any of those type additions in that area. Number 5, whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance. In there, I think, yes, that situation. Remember voting 4 no's and a yes, Andy, on that, and I.
Return to 136.
Return now to 136, and I don't know, do we need to say anything, but the approval for 134 is conditioned on those, on the answers to those questions, notwithstanding that they were asked and answered in reverse order or out of order. 136 Groton Avenue, we're back to that, and we have, closed the public hearing. We're looking for a motion on,
Let's go through the factors.
go through the questions and then determine, all right. Sorry, the way that I haven't done this in a while. So, in the following test will be considered by the zoning board of appeals to determine whether the variance weighing the granting or denial of the area variance request. Number 1, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance. I think again, we're gonna go, I'm gonna propose that we're going pretty much the same answers as the 134, house next door, similar, we're making an addition on the back of it versus 134, which has a porch addition, and the same pre-existing, or same style, same type of pre-existing conformities, So I'm gonna go no on that, unless I hear something to the contrary. Number two, whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. No, this is our procedure. Number three, whether the requested area variance is substantial. In addition, is something usually considered to be a substantial, but you inclined to say yes on this one? Anybody have any? I think replacing, reinstalling or installing a porch is one thing, making an addition.
So this was a entryway to the second floor at one point,
Okay,
and now it's like a two-story
Yeah.
addition.
Yeah.
So it's not a completely new
Okay.
structure, just, I mean, it is new based on the square footage and stuff. But if you look at the older pictures, there's like a second floor entryway
Yeah.
deck looking thing that was supported by, remember when they used to do those metal beams that were about that big around?
Yeah, that was a structural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, there was a structure there at one time, this one's bigger,
okay,
so.
then it'll be a permit issued for that and what have you, so.
So there is a permit issue for that now.
I can go with no on that one, and, I think heavy. Number four, whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical, environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. I'm inclined to say no on that, although, it is a floodplain and, we, defer to, planning commission.
So this one, the base flood elevation's 1,031,
Yeah,
the 1,029, so it's gotta be 2 feet above freeboard, so the floor is 1,031, so it is 2 feet above freeboard,
Okay.
plus the addition will have floodplain mitigation,
yeah,
vents and everything else, so.
gotcha, okay, no basement or anything like that underneath there.
There's a crawl space.
Crawl space, yeah. Alright, that's serviceable crawl space, then I'm gonna say no on that one. Number four, number five, whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance, and again, there is yes. Those situations there, Andy, so, four no's and yes, 1 through 4, no, and number 5, and yes. And, now, any other questions amongst us here, or I will entertain the motion on 136 Groton Ave? Hearing none, Andy, I will move to grant the area variance. 136 Groton Ave, addressing pre-existing non-conformities. And the addition proposed to the dwelling, with the condition, remind me if I forget anything, a shared driveway agreement, similar to what was, conditioned on 134 Groton Avenue. He also conditioned on 136 Groton Avenue. And that is for the surfacing of the driveway. And again, the improvement will be allowed a 18-month period of time to install. Does that sound about like what we've discussed? Okay, close enough.
No, nothing with regard to parking spaces, the pavement.
So that is also a 2-family, yeah? So it's gotta be minimum 4 parking spaces.
But
Oh, just like
you
130.
also say they told him that he had to remove the garage, right?
Yeah, the planning commission will take care of all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so
And they would then,
that's something we
Yeah,
have.
they'll
they
take care
would
of.
tell them to remove the
Take care of all that
garage
stuff.
in the course of looking at the parking spaces.
I mean, you guys, there's no hurry for you guys to add it in there, but they're going,
Yeah.
Planning commission will tell him how many parking spaces he has to have, this concept.
Okay, so I think we're good then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've told just on the east side of the same, and we've given him the time frame. So I think we're good on that. Anybody else need any restatement of the motion, or no, Bill, ask for a second? Motion been made, ask for a second.
second.
Second's been made. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, so. You have, two of the granted,
Thank you.
134, 136, and, you know, lots to follow up on, with, helping to be done. So, there's a four. Number 5, agenda item is 188 Main Street, London again. Seeks a use variance to utilize the first floor of the building as residential units. They're not permitted as right, as of right, within the central business district. If approved, residential units would be subject to the site plan review, area variances. Mr. McDaniel.
Yes.
Anything else you want to share with us beyond what you have in the application about the?
I'm closing the second floor. I'm probably gonna strip it down because of the fire, etc. The bottom floor seems to be fine. The electric is on. So we're just moving, you know, we just wanna, provide some affordable housing for Portland.
Okay, so the area of fire, you're gonna rehab that.
No,
Okay.
no, it's just closing it off. At some point in time, I'll figure out, you know, we'll make more decisions on it. Right now, I'm just closing it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for Roy. I mean, a couple of questions that we had before, you know, hearing from you, but, it's good that you're able to, discuss it with us because it's, once you get into the realm of the codes,
Yes,
fire codes,
right.
then he's gotta be, in fact, he may have to say based upon the fire that occurred as well, which whatever
I understand.
has to happen, and, but it is worth, it is good for us to, be able to hash out. And I'm glad you brought up the point about the affordable housing and what have you that's there, that is your goal.
That,
You know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what Portland needs.
Yeah.
Is to have a lot of housing that is affordable. Where places have been kind of discarded.
Yeah.
Unused.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that the state require, when you do go down the line of establishing affordable housing, you as an applicant for something that's like making a grant or something has to meet to certain things when you actually use that. But again, we have Roy back now, so, there was fire damage
On the second floor.
on the second floor. And is there anything that they have to do in order to start rehabbing the first floor?
Well, yeah, he's gotta, did you put up the plywood yet, like I asked you to?
Yeah.
So now, the second floor is already boarded up.
Okay, and is that all that has to happen, or is there a period of time when he has to?
Yeah, he has to get that, yeah, he's gotta get that second floor fixed up, cause that's, you know, it's an unsafe building.
Yeah,
But he wants to get a little income coming in before
before
we
we
can,
have that,
yeah, start rehab.
okay,
My conditions would be, because this will eventually be a multiple dwelling now, if this is granted, this use variance for. He's gotta install a sprinkler system in there, no. Cause it's eventually gonna be multiple dwellings, assuming. First floor is gonna be 2 dwelling units,
Right now, I'm just shooting for one.
eventually it's gonna be 2. Is you gonna split it down the middle?
I am possibly splitting it down the middle, but I haven't even gotten that far. Right now, I'm just focusing on the.
So eventually you're gonna have 1 or 2 dwelling units downstairs if this is approved, and upstairs is still gonna be.
Yeah, right now, I'm just closing off the upstairs. Work on the downstairs
Okay, but
and
eventually it's gonna be, your intentions are to make it a. Rooming house again?
No, I haven't.
So the upstairs could at least be 2 units, so you got a potential there for 4 units.
Right now, I have no intention whatsoever of having 4 units.
I'm saying this
Yeah.
because you have so at least 3.
Mhm.
You need to put at least the backbone of a sprinkler system in there.
Mhm.
So that you're not disrupting your first floor of tenants when you have to go back and reinstall sprinkler system when it's needed, when you work on the upstairs.
And I would need that for 3.
3 or more.
What if I have less than 3?
If you do 2 units, it's not required.
Then I'm doing 2 units. So right now, I am only doing 1 unit.
Okay, understand that if you go more than that, you're gonna have to disrupt the whole thing. I will make you do a sprinkler system.
I'm fine with that. I
Okay.
embrace it. Thank you.
Okay. 2 units, do not require.
Okay, so that's gonna be a condition of,
It's not gonna be a condition. He's not changing it into a, so.
Yeah, it's only a condition, he's not going to do it, so there's no condition yet. Right now, he's doing 2 units, so there's no reason for a condition.
this is one friend, yeah. Okay,
So the reason why he's here is in essential business, you're not allowed first floor dwelling units to be accessed from the front of the building.
Well, he was denied by county planning, right?
Huh? No, he would, it's a return. He didn't get denied.
Maybe I didn't read this right.
He got denied a use variance. That's why I say it for a use.
Thank you.
They're just telling
I
you,
wasn't paying it, no, I wasn't paying attention.
he's just telling you he can't do it without a use variance. That's what it says. That's why we're here.
we obviously have to condition this just to the first floor. We can't have anything, he can't start doing anything to, the second floor, unless, if he's already finished what he needs to do.
He's got a building permit for the first floor. Actually, he doesn't have one yet. Because we were waiting on whether or not you guys would approve it. There's no sense in him doing any work. Just
Yeah,
guys approve it.
Has the first floor previously had any single family in?
No, it was a bar.
That's what I was gonna ask. So this,
When was the last time the first floor?
this being,
When was the last time the first floor was
it was with the
occupied?
bar,
It was a bar.
When's
been a bar.
It's always been a bar.
Like, when did that close? It still is a bar? It's still a bar?
Bar closed when
When did you?
Donna died.
I
Donna
bought the
died.
building last year around.
so
November.
this being in a business district, what are the businesses? You know, or what
It's
other
essential business. It could be anything.
has had already other single family?
Have you tried to do anything to the first floor?
This is,
2 properties next to
Just
three.
cleaning it out.
yeah, there's properties next door that are multifamilies that already have existing. The whole street going down from there. Has multifamily.
Those were previous businesses.
Yeah, no. They were always.
That's my point.
Yeah,
Previous
just to
business.
get back on track of a use variance requires the applicant show hardship documentation. Did you submit that?
Yes.
And so that was
Yeah,
not
so-
on our.
Yeah, so for the public documents, I took those tax returns out so that they wouldn't be part of the public.
These are.
Domain, but
Okay,
they
right.
have those here for you.
Yeah, we actually have one here.
So as far as the first floor, and you just did you anticipate putting renting it out, putting the business in there? Or you just have kept it empty for?
I'm not really keeping it empty because I'm waiting for you guys to give me the
So
go ahead.
when you bought it, you anticipated renting it out as?
I had no idea. Just, yeah, I thought this is Cortland. It would be great to have more affordable housing, more people of color. I think it'd be great to have a variety of things. It's a great town. And I just wanted to.
Okay, so you did have an idea to rest it out.
So your first intent was never to have a business back in there?
No.
Truthfully, he's not the first person to purchase
To do that, yeah.
a property and not know what he can and what he can't do with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it happens all the time.
I'm wondering why this is still, why the council hasn't done something about this.
Yeah, the first one going is.
Well, in it.
is this really the kind of thing that central business district is, or has it changed?
Central business district, you typically in the central business district. You do not want, so you don't want someone putting an apartment here on Main Street.
Agreed, but
But this one way down there,
yeah,
I can tell you that yes, in 2 months, you're gonna be hearing some zone changes.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Because there's a bunch of bunch of houses that are sitting in central business.
Yeah.
That are all residential, always been residential, and there's no reason why they should sit in central.
Gotcha.
There's a residential house
Yeah, right.
on the Main Street side, there's a residential house on the other street, whatever the other street is. So it's surrounded by residential housing.
Yeah, that's my point, I think, is that why is it still?
Why was it, the better question is, why was it a bar?
Always need a bar, but that's not.
The railroad was there, that was quite the bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me he played
Hitch
the
and rail.
bar
Yeah,
when
they
it
old
was
enough to hold
a.
that.
Yeah, so I think the importance of us is clarifying, just, hey, so your business did this, why can't I do this?
That built it.
I think it's okay to state that zoning changes, are working at the railroad repair.
The railroad was there, Bitcoin was there, and they were busy all this.
So it doesn't necessarily get perhaps percent of another Main Street business, Main Street say, hey, they did that.
I was gonna actually tell you about 4 of them.
I also think it's a reasonable, so the thing says you cannot imagine or see or whatever it says. A reasonable return on his investment as it being a bar.
Yeah.
That bar has been empty for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but we don't know bars.
I'm back for the change that rule.
In this case, the majority of that entire side of the street is residential house.
Where's the parking for this one?
So there's the other caveat, right? Too, it's essential business. You're not required to have parking in essential business.
So where was the parking gonna be for this apartment?
There is none. It doesn't need it. But then again, that's something for this. Planning board can require. You guys,
Well, you've got it as far as providing it's requiring on-site parking.
yeah, you can, but that's planning board. That's
Yeah,
not.
that's fine, yeah.
It says the planning board can require,
Yeah, they do that all the time, but.
they can require parking.
Yeah.
But I believe that he's looking for, more of a low income people that aren't necessarily have vehicles.
Okay.
There is literally no park. So, I mean, I don't think it's outside to say if you do have so many vehicles, you're gonna have to provide them parking in a lot that's owned by the city. I believe we sell parking at Boulder. Do we sell parking at Boulder?
No,
We don't?
no.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's the key word right there. Bring that in. It's a way away a little bit, yeah. All right. You might have some questions for,
He could, though, I mean, he could. So the gentleman across the street, he could talk to
The old JTS building.
Lawrence Walsh. Lawrence Walsh owns the old Hitch and Rail now.
Was it Pitcher? There's also the old
The
JTS.
OPJTS building, they got parking too. I mean, he could make a deal with Alan in the park there. But I mean, there's parking available within the area, you just gotta talk to other property owners.
right. I'm just concerned, if looking at. Approving or reviewing or moving to approve the use variance, do we need to condition anything about the rest of the building?
Did you buy the property back there on South Ave too, or that's still Mr. Woods?
That's still Mr. Woods.
Yeah.
He wants to sell it though.
But I mean, if you were to buy that too, there's room there for 4 or 5 spots on the other side.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think you're right, actually, on the other side of his building.
So if he was to buy Mr. Wynn's property at 2 South Ave, there's 4 or 5 spots on the other side of 2 South Ave.
Yeah, all right. Anybody else have any more questions for Mr. McDaniel? I'm gonna close the public hearing, and I will look for a second. Second's been made. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Thanks. You can have a seat there.
Thank you.
Real quick, my opinion on this is, I think the city needs housing. I think this hasn't been a bar in 10 years.
Yep.
I think we I mean, this is my
Yeah,
opinion, not to sway you guys.
I'm,
I think in this case, you guys can vote to allow it. That means,
yeah,
you know, Mr. Daniels can build it, get a building permit, fix that first floor up into a single unit, get some income coming in, and then start
Yeah.
working on the second floor.
yeah. Okay, and just be silent on the, upstairs, on the second floor.
He'll have to come back for a new
Yeah,
permit.
he can't,
There's a second floor, I mean, that's, so
You
second,
can see it.
he doesn't got,
you see a light.
he's only here for the
switch
first
on.
floor because
Yeah.
the dwelling units are allowed on a second floor, it's used by right in the special
Yeah.
business.
Yeah,
It's not a use by right.
on the main floor.
And-
So when he builds a second apartment, or he'll have to come back to you on the first floor.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
He'll come back to me, get a building
Yeah.
permit. And then if he does decide to go in multi-unit, unfortunately, he's gonna have to disrupt people living on the first floor.
Yeah.
With the put the sprinkler system in.
That's, all right. I think we just just don't even address it. We're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah, the entire, and like I said, the entire side of the street, with the exception of the building that Kelly, right, is in.
Oh, yeah.
You go down the entire side of the street, all the way down to the Salvation Army, that's all, the whole side of residential.
Yeah. Mhm. Good. All right. All right,
It's consistent with the neighborhood.
yeah, and the change, the way the neighborhood's changed from what used to be.
We'll do the 5 questions.
I'll do the 5 questions. Keep it reminding me again.
4. We're doing
Yeah,
use.
Yes, so we don't, if one year, sorry, just was handle those. Good.
With regard to reasonable return.
Okay. Zoning Board of Appeals on appeal from the decision, the zoning officer shall have the power to grant a use variance. No such variance shall be granted without a showing by the applicant that the applicable zoning regulations and restrictions have caused unnecessary hardship. We have looked at those tax documents and have heard from McDaniel about his desire to build affordable housing. In order to prove such aforementioned hardship, the applicant shall demonstrate to the board for each and every permitted use under the zoning regulations for the critical district where the property is located, the following. Number 1, the applicant cannot realize a reasonable return provided that lack of return is substantial as demonstrated by competent financial evidence. He's presented tax forms, which none of us don't think have, accounting background, but it looks like there's, he's got the requisite, he's shown, deficit, income on those tax forms from what I have been able to see, so I believe he's done that. Number 2, the alleged hardship relating to the subject property is unique and does not apply to a substantial portion of the district. I absolutely agree with that. It is, an area that is, right for having, redevelopment, and it has been for many a decade, and, I think the other portions of the central business district are doing quite well. That's my opinion. You guys can make a comment on that. Number 3, that the requested use variance, if granted, will not alter the essential character of the neighborhood. And I think that's been proven by his applicant's documents and our knowledge as residents of the area. And number 4, the alleged hardship has not been self-created, and I think that is also can agree with that as well. Do you need to have an accounting of those, or just a reading of those and our acknowledgement of them? Is that pretty sufficient?
If there's concurrence.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went with no.
We went with that he has shown evidence of each one of them. No. Okay, then, I agree, rather, that yes, that he cannot realize.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah, I'm sorry,
no, I have backwards in my head, so our answers are.
Yes.
Yes,
And then And yes, again, number three, that it will not alter, yes, again, it will not alter the essential character of the neighborhood, and then the alleged hardship was not been self-created, and again, I agree with that, yes.
Yes, thank you. Ready to see something, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure before I said it that it was okay with Mr. McDaniel. The city also just recently denied his assessment, what do you call it?
Appeal.
Assessment appeal.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's another reason why he's
Additional version.
additional hardship. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that is definitely something to bring up, but, anyways, you have the, how we answered the questions, or how we answered those statements, rather. The ZBA in granting the use variance shall grant the minimum variance that it shall deem necessary and adequate to address the unnecessary hardship proven by the applicant. And at the same time, reserve and protect the character of the neighborhood, the health, safety, and welfare of the community. I'll entertain a motion by anybody on board. Boyd, I can volunteer, I'll move to grant a use variance, 188 Main Street, again to state the particulars of this use variance to utilize the first floor of the building at 188 Main Street as residential, as a residential units not to exceed 2. Is that all right?
So first floor,
The first floor,
1 unit.
yeah, 1 unit. Which
Yeah.
she agreed to doing that, which are not permitted within the central business district. We are going to, the motion is to grant a use variance and limit that to 1 unit of, I will look for a second. Second has been made. All in favor signify by stating aye. Aye.
So did you say that you're allowing 1 unit on the first floor?
Well, the first floor is part of the use variance. It's in the,
Yeah.
it's in the application, it's in the on the agenda there, so.
Right, I'm sorry, I may not be clear on this, so. The variance is to allow 1 residential unit on the first floor?
Yes.
Yes. And we are sure that any activity that goes beyond the first floor is gonna be
Yeah.
caught by or gonna be noticed and then addressed and mitigated by.
Again, second floor dwelling units, upper floor dwelling, the way the table reads, upper floor dwelling units are used by right.
Your conditions, the things you had pointed out was that any activity there has to come with a sprinkler system.
Well, no, not a 2 unit, not a 2 unit, only multiple. 2 unit is not required.
All right,
So if you can put 1 unit upstairs, you'd be fine.
1 up there, gotcha. And he's aware of that, so you think it was on.
I still recommend it.
Okay. That's the motion on hand and looking for a second, and it was made, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Right. Yep.
You're all set.
Right, another.
So next steps, building permit.
Okay.
Okay,
And I just get the building permit from you guys?
Yep.
Is that how it goes?
yep. I would probably gonna need engineer stamp plans. I've had this conversation. I mean, you can say that you got friends doing the work all you want to, but that's a pretty extensive.
It's
It's extensive,
yeah.
yeah, because you're gonna need plumbing in there, you're gonna need new electrical, you're gonna need walls.
Yeah.
You need fire separation and sealing.
Mhm.
So, it's
Okay.
pretty extensive work just to have a friend do it for under 20 grand.
Yeah,
Probably gonna be over 20 grand, I'm saying.
no, I don't think so. I think because I used to work with a construction worker and so I'm sure it'll be under that, but I will keep you posted as to how,
Based on the amount of work you're doing
yeah,
and the fact you need a fire separation between the first and the second floor,
okay,
that fire separation alone requires stamp plans,
okay,
okay?
good.
It's about the cost.
Thank you,
Thank you.
all right.
Good. Andy has sent around our minutes, from what we've done our January meeting, I believe. And so, let's look at those. Anybody have any changes or corrections to make to those minutes that were said? I did not see anything, that I remembered anyways. So I will move to approve January minutes of the zoning board. We'll look for a second. Second has been made. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those minutes are approved, Andy. Do we have any other business? I can't remember. Did you send anything, sorry about that? Nothing at all. Yeah, no, they were good. There was something on there. Shane. So. We did. All right, I'm gonna move to adjourn. Second. We're moved for adjournment. We're 6:50 for.